We all want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. When it comes to our financial stewardship, you definitely want to hear, well done. And it's measurable. You know, some of us are concerned about how smart AI is. Well, God's way smarter. He can calculate your money issues in no time and show you, here's what you actually did with what I gave you, okay? In the book, Intimacy 100-Day Guide, I have a whole chapter on how we decide in our marriage about money. I discuss 2 ideas that can help your marriage, and those who you do a marriage group with, I really encourage you to get into groups, whether in your home, your church, your social media groups. Start an intimacy group because we cover so many topics other than money. Now, couples make decisions on one of 2 ways. First is principle-based, in which you do the right thing or the thing that you've committed to because it's the right thing to do regardless of how you feel. Okay, in the book, I talk about this being a principle-based way of thinking, doing life, doing marriage. It's the way you are. You just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Some of us are wired that way. Some people are not wired that way in any way. And I would say that our Western culture since the 50s, which was a principle-based culture, you did the right thing because the right thing to do, in which America was way more prosperous and didn't carry the debt it does today. Our culture and our national way we handle money has moved to the second process. The second process of deciding is emotionally. They do what they feel like doing, regardless of principle, what's right, what's wrong, or even what God's word says to do. If it feels good, do it. If it feels good, spend it. If it feels good, buy it. Use your credit card. Get in lots of debt. It doesn't matter. You deserve it. You're entitled. It's your day. Go party. You need to relieve stress. So buy something, right? All emotionally based, okay? So you already have one of these processes in place, and money exposes the decision process. Like time, it tells you what you believe. So let's go through a basic sound financial principles, financial decisions, and you can decide if you have made these decisions principally or emotionally and decide what you want to do. The number 1 is work. You decide who works and how often and how hard they work, okay, not only at their job, but in the marriage. This is a foundational decision for wealth creation, is work. If you don't work, you're not going to create the resources to create wealth. Work is usually the first stage of wealth creation. It's where you get your money to be able to invest and create other opportunities for yourself and for others. Tithing, as we discussed, is an emotional or a principled decision. You either write that check the first when the pay hits your bank account, or you don't. And that's a decision you have made. And I would strongly tell you, as a counselor, tithe for your marriage's sake, tithe for your kids' sake. Let your kids see that you believe in God. It's not just words for you. You don't go to church and tip God $1 here and there. You give them your best. Okay, you go above and beyond. You show them what faith looks like by the way you give to God. Not just raise your hands, but open up your pocketbook and write the checks. But that's an emotional decision or a principle-based decision. For me, I live by principle, and tithing is so first nature for me. Always has been, and God has blessed me supernaturally to the point where I don't take a dime from this ministry. Okay, I don't take a dime. When you donate to this ministry, I don't take a dime because God has blessed me because of tithing. I really believe that. Now, investing is another way that you have made a decision. Investing a certain percentage of your income, at least on a monthly basis, for future retirement, college funds, just life. If you have some money in the bank, you won't be afraid when there's a little ebb in your financial situation, which is a normal thing that happens over life. So, decision about tithing, decision about savings. You've made those. How do you want to make those going forward? Because if you decide emotionally not to save money in your 20s, you won't have it in your 30s, you won't have it in your 40s, you won't have it in your 50s, and when you need it, you won't have it. You'll have to go borrow it, beg for it, and God sometimes does not intervene. when we have a lack of discipline, okay? Saving money for your children. What do you believe about that? Do you believe it's your job to put money in the bank for them to be able to afford college or to help them afford college? That is something you've already decided. And, you know, saving for a kid's car. Well, my kids had to pay for their own car. I'm okay with that, but some couples save for the car. Just decide and be in agreement. Saving money in general, at least on a monthly basis, is a really wise thing to do. You know, I heard a principle about wealth creation a long time ago when I was a Bible school student. Give God 10%, save 10 or 20%, and live on the rest. And that is a principle of wealth. I mean, if you save 10 or 20% of your income from 20 to 65, you're going to be a millionaire no matter how much you earn. Okay? How much debt you will carry is also a decision you have already made. What is your debt ratio on your income? 5%, 10%, 30%, 60%? Okay. Also, what are you willing to go into debt for? That is a big question. Education, housing, transportation, toys, dinners, coffees, you know, having the biggest television screen. Another thing is your credit card usage and paying it off. Here's so many couples, they struggle because they're emotionally based. Now, what to spend on vacations and how do you plan? Do you plan every month to put so many dollars away so that when vacation comes, you have a vacation fund and you can have fun, you can play, there's no stress. It's not trying to figure, oh, I wonder how we're going to pay for this. Oh, I know, let's put it on our credit card. And then you stress out trying to pay off your credit card. And you can see if you're not in a pattern of saving for vacations, they can become trouble. The same with repairs on your house, on your car. Do you have a plan for that? All of this is important. How much is each person able to spend without informing the other person? That's another decision that you have made. So we have to agree in the process, all of it, who pays the bills, how we're doing it, budget, all of that. Be in agreement so that your marriage does not suffer.
For more content and resources to help in your healing journey with Christ, make sure to follow Dr. Doug Weiss on Facebook and Instagram. If you'd like to share full episodes of this show with friends and family, subscribe to Healing Time Ministries on YouTube, and feel free to leave us a comment on any of Dr. Doug's social media platforms. Our team would love to hear your feedback and learn how Healing Time is impacting your life, your church, and your ministry.